No surprise, two protesters were arrested at a Riley Gaines event at Penn State. Why? We're going to cover that here today on Speechless. Cut for time. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Speechless Cut for Time. I'm your host, Phares, 22-year-old conservative college student out of Central Illinois, host of Speechless on Cities 92.9. Yeah, it's a radio show, but I can't necessarily fit everything into my 2 hours on Sundays, so I put it right here on YouTube for you guys. Speechless Cut for Time. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, please. I'd really appreciate it. Almost to 1,000. Really like it. Subscribe. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Oh, I already said share it, but don't forget you can also comment and everything too. Sorry, I get mixed up in my head a little bit, but you want to know who's really mixed up in their head? Again, comment on the video. But you want to know who's really mixed up in their head? These two protesters. Yeah, at a Riley Gaines event in Penn State, originally reported by the College Fix. Give College Fix a look. They're actually really good. Go follow them on Instagram. The College Fix. Love them to death. But the College Fix in Pennsylvania, two pro-transgender activists were handcuffed and placed in a police cruiser before women's rights activist Riley Gaines even started her speech last night. I believe it might have been last night, 2 nights ago, something like that at Penn. And right now it's October 11th for anybody who might be watching later. They were arrested before her speech even started at Pennsylvania State University. October 10th was deemed, so it wasn't yesterday, was deemed Real Women's Day. Why was October 10th deemed Real Women's Day, everybody? I love this. I love this. The date in Roman numerals reads XX, 1010, XX, which is the set of chromosomes of females. So it's Real Women's Day. The protesters, who were filmed by the College Fix, began yelling at attendees who were waiting for Gaines to begin speaking. One of the attendees turned out to be Pennsylvania State Senator Chris Dush. So a state senator was being yelled at by these protesters, and he serves the district in which Penn State resides. Let's take a look at this video, a look and a listen, and just see exactly what happened with these protesters and why they got arrested.
What? Get the fuck out my face.
Also, by the way, in case you didn't already hear, there's going to be some graphic language during this video, just so you know.
Excuse me, sir. No questions.
Oh, you're not.
Transphobe.
Huh?
Why should I be transphobic?
You are transphobic.
So from what I understand, that gentleman right there is the state senator of this district for which Penn State resides.
What the fuck is the sign you're holding right now, huh? Get this shit out.
So she flips the table.
Calm down.
Yep.
Calm down.
What?
Where's the police at? You're here trying to
Where's
tell
the
how
police?
people who don't have better ideas behave.
No
Can
one.
we just notice how programmed these students are? These are university students, and look how programmed they are. Not only does this one have a mask on, she also has one of those shield covers, both of which don't work. Same with this one. They got masks on. They're so programmed. They are programmed to do this, like psychological operation type stuff.
Fucking attacking you.
That was
So there's a police officer approaching.
this one and this one.
With the backpack and the mask. Don't fucking touch me like that.
Are we being detained? Are we being
Can you let
detained?
go of me?
Are we being arrested?
Can you fucking
Are we
let go
being
of me?
detained?
Don't touch me.
Are we being detained?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I being arrested?
Yep. Got your answer real quick there, buddy, didn't you?
All right, fine.
What's he being arrested for?
Disorderly conduct right now.
Disorderly conduct.
All right, what's that mean?
So they were arrested for disorderly conduct. And I got to tell you, things like this are not uncommon on a college campus. As a current college student, while I've never had anybody flip my table over, I have been verbally assaulted all the time. I have been battered once. I've had another member of one of my conservative organizations battered as well. I've had to go through multiple police reports. We have gotten people detained. We've had people questioned. We've had a lot. We've had a lot. And that's just at my university. This happens at many universities across the country. Go check out the College Fix, definitely. There's more that they were reporting on as well in this instance, and we're going to cover it because you got to see how the college had handled this entire Riley Gaines event. But this is not uncommon. You've definitely heard stories like this before, and it's sad. That's a sad state of our society. And they act like children. These people act like children. Look, even if you disagree, that's perfectly fine. You have more than every right to disagree. But as Barry Goldwater said, to disagree, one does not have to be disagreeable. And these people were more than disagreeable. But why do they act like children? Why do they act like children? Well, because we've treated them like children their entire lives. I mean, of course, when they were children, but we've babied and coddled an entire generation, my generation, into thinking that they can act like that and it's perfectly fine. That's the way you can treat somebody who thinks differently than you. And here's a perfect example of that. So another controversy that the College Fix reported on in this same article showed that prior to the event, much prior to the event, back on September 11th, when it had been circulating that this event was going to happen, there was a video released of Penn State's president, Neely Benapati. I might be totally screwing that up, but there was a video of the president that had her discussing the potential controversial speakers coming to campus. And so once again, why do these people act like children? Why do these lefties act like children? Well, they are treated like it. And here is a perfect example of that.
I have no doubt that we will once again encounter speakers that many will consider controversial, either because their views are not widely held or because a speaker espouses ideas that are actively hateful.
She sounds like she's talking to a kindergarten class right now. I think Riley Gaines even said it when College Fix talked to her. Sounds like she's explaining nap time to children. Explaining nap time to children. This is hilarious. I mean, why do protesters act like children? It's because this is how you talk to them. Like you're a Kamala Harris explaining the war in Ukraine or that the school bus is yellow. That's why these lefties act like children.
I share the concern of those who believe the messages spread by some individuals are not only offensive, but deeply hurtful.
Deeply
hurtful. And again, I stand in unity with those who condemn such speakers and their rhetoric.
So here's what you're saying, is that you will actively take a side from your leadership position. This isn't even her personally speaking. This is her speaking from her leadership position, saying, I am taking a side in these matters. We wait till the next things that she says, but she has already admitted from her professional stance that she is taking the side of the people that are against these people speaking here.
You may ask, if so many individuals, including the president of the university, find these speakers so objectionable, why can't we just ban them from our campuses?
You'd like that, wouldn't you? You would. Oh, but what's the reason? What's the reason?
First, as a public university, Penn State University is bound by the First Amendment.
So it's a legal reason. It's not because you don't want to. You would love to ban these. You would love to ban anybody controversial or somebody that doesn't share your same opinion from speaking at the college for which you are the president. Basically, you are a public servant saying that if it weren't for the law, I wouldn't want free speech either.
What does this mean? The First Amendment is the law in our country that protects citizens from government censorship or punishment for speech or ideas that the government does not approve. Without the First Amendment, your access to information would be threatened. Your voice could be censored or silenced, and your internet use could be filtered. We are often asked, why do these speakers have to receive money from funding boards when a student group brings them to campus? Again, remember, student boards are part of our public institution, which means a government-funded entity. And these boards must allocate funding in a manner that is viewpoint neutral.
So to be clear, once again, she has never once said that she herself supports freedom of speech and supports the idea of thoughtful discussion, which is what colleges are for. She's never once said that. But what she has said consistently is, well, everybody, this is the law, so that's the way you have to do it.
The second reason we permit these speakers to come to our campuses is a moral one.
Okay.
For centuries, higher education has fought against censorship, believing that the best way to combat bad ideas is with better ideas, bad speech with more speech.
Once again, okay, here's the thing, is that was a better reason That was a better reason. However, not once did she ever say that that's what I stand for, or I stand with everybody in this situation because I stand with free speech. No, she still prefaced all of this with, I stand with those protesting the speaker.
We all wish to be on a campus where we are free to express our own beliefs and perspectives. But restricting the speech of one group or individual jeopardizes everyone's rights because the same laws or regulations used to silence bigots can be used to silence you.
So what she said is everyone else is a bigot, but those that are protesting and saying that this speaker shouldn't be there, you're not. Don't worry, you're not a bigot.
So what can we do about speakers who come to Penn State to anger, hurt, and incite members of our community? Speak out clearly and firmly against hateful speech as well as other instances of discrimination.
Okay, once again, she just totally mischaracterized everything. I guarantee you, I've talked to Riley. If you want to go back, I've talked to Riley on this show before. I've talked to Riley Gaines. I have an interview with her. I do not believe that her intention ever is to hurt, antagonize, or incite anything other than thoughtful discussion based on silence and her own experience, or based on her own experience, science and her own experience. Sorry, can't get every word right. But science and her own experience. That is what she goes there for, to have a thoughtful conversation. It's not about hurting. It's not about being harmful or anything like that for her. It is about science, biology, and having thoughtful discussion about what is going on in our world. But yet this president would have you believe that it has some nefarious intent.
Hurtful rhetoric causes real fear and anxiety among our community, and those individuals need your support. And people who are impacted, I hope, seek one of the many resources listed at the end of this message. And if you wish to exercise your free speech rights by protesting a speaker, we support you in this action, since rejecting hate-filled speech is the responsibility of everyone.
The only people that she has voiced support for in here at all are the genuine support, not bound legal support. No, genuine support is the people that are protesting the event. Those are the only people that she has ever once supported in this at all. Look, you don't have to agree with the message of the speaker, but it should not be hard for you to come out and blatantly say, I support those that are bringing this speaker to campus so that we can have these serious discussions. That would not be hard. But alas, she cannot do that. Why? Because she is a member of the propaganda propagators of this generation. She's not from this generation, but she's pushing the propaganda on people like me and people like you.
Let us keep ourselves and every member of our community safe as we exercise our free speech rights under the First Amendment.
Yeah, obviously she didn't really do much there, considering the only violent ones in this situation were the people that she claims to support. Well, that's higher education. That's Penn State. That's known as what's supposed to be a pretty good school, everybody. Yeah, really. And that's a person that's supposed to be leading your children. Be careful about where you send your kids to college. And also make sure that even if they do go someplace that's considered prestigious, that they know who they are before they go to college, or at least that you have set them down the right path. Because that's what they very well could be heading towards if they're going to college anytime soon, your kids, your grandkids, anything like that. Make sure they really know who they are and don't let them get into the indoctrination machine that will make them babies, leftist babies that cannot deal with and are genuinely supported in their violent and intolerant behavior and cannot deal with a difficult situation of somebody that disagrees with them. Life's tough. Get a helmet. Life's tough. Get a helmet. Seriously. All right, well, everybody, that's what happened with Riley Gaines. I hope you guys found something of importance of there. God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, comment what you think, and subscribe to my channel. Please, guys, I'd really appreciate it. God bless you. God bless America. Until next time, Speechless. Cut for time. That's what you've been watching.